morning, everyone, and welcome to our time together. I'm Lori Lamencia, and I'm here with the very bright and light Trisha Fisk.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, everyone. And today we're going to talk about the time is now. Trisha and I attended a lecture by Caroline Myss over the weekend. And Caroline Myss, for those of you who don't know, is an author who's very powerful. Boy, when you're in her presence, you can feel she is radiating. And she's probably best known for her work as a medical intuitive and the author of Anatomy of the Soul, of the Spirit, which is a book about her talking about the power, about energy, and about how we are energy beings, first and foremost, and the way we invest our energy, use our energy, pay attention to your energy because it is your power. That's your power. And of course, she radiated an crazy amount of power. And the thing that we want to about today is about our gifts and about our energy and about how it's not someday we're going to have it or someday we're going to experience it. We have it now. It is us now. We are connected to it now. It's the gift we were given as a part of this life. And we need to choose to use it now like magicians, like magic beings, like power creators, not someday if we earn it, but right now. And so I wanted to turn it over to Trisha because we both had a lot of experiences as we went through the day. And I wanted her to introduce her experience and how she would articulate what Carolyn was talking about.
Right. Well, she spoke about soul, live from your soul, speak from your soul. And one of the things she kept saying was, I'm no different than you. You're no different than me. It's not that I have these gifts and you don't. You have these gifts. You just use them. You need to use them. And it was really powerful. Now, when she speaks of soul, live from your soul, it's in other traditions, sometimes it's the heart, live
Mhm.
from your heart. I have a friend who is really studying Sufism right now, and that's all about the heart. In yoga, in the eight limbs, in the Yoga Sutras, they talk about mastering the mind.
Mhm.
So, but we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about acknowledging that you are here as a creation of divine, and you are that because of your creator, because of right how
Because of your
what
energy,
create
not right, not because of just because you take on a physical body doesn't mean you're not that.
exactly. And one of the, I mean, she asked, let people ask her questions. What do you want an answer for? How can I help you? But she just kept coming back to soul, live from your soul, be your soul. And she had us do this exercise, which was so powerful, where we were supposed to talk to somebody we never met before and really look at them and speak a truth about them from our soul. And it was so powerful. I mean, I was brought to tears. The woman I was with, it had nothing but smiles on her face, and I was looking at people around the room and smiling and crying. And I mean, right,
Beautiful,
it's just
beautiful.
she invited everybody to experience the intuition of their soul. And I believe that there was not a person in that room who didn't have that direct experience. It was really lovely. It was powerful. And I just, from, I mean, everybody was smiling. Everybody was just chatting with everybody, being really nice.
Yeah.
It was
Which is a
so
a
wonderful.
nice change of pace, right? Yes, it was beautiful.
Exactly. So wonderful to be in a room with people who are all being really kind to each other.
And
It
in their
was just,
hearts. Yeah.
yes, it was
And that was
really
one of the things that touched
special.
me about her message was, it's your soul is a clean slate, so to speak. It doesn't have the judgments. It doesn't have it doesn't have the accumulated dirt or dust, let's call it, that is of life. And she said one of the ways to connect to your intuition and your power is to really keep letting go of any of those attachments and resistances so that you can be fully present. Because I think, you guys were all fully present. We were all fully present. And that experience of being able to see them is because you had no judgment. You were just feeling each other as the moment, in the moment, without any baggage, any history, any future, any knowledge of them. And I thought that was just, if we could get there with and let ourselves be free of the stuff we've accumulated and the stuff we assume. And she talks a lot about Christianity and Catholicism, like how beautiful it can be, but how over, baggaging it could be.
Right.
Religion, let's say, not just, one religion, all of them have that. And they put you in your head and take you out of your heart. And your heart is where all
Exactly.
your power is.
Right. I mean, her point about religions were they intentionally make you smaller so that somebody else has control. Somebody
Right,
else can decide whether you're
right. Outside of you.
soul or not.
Yes.
Right, right. Something outside of you makes a decision about how clear or how good you are. So, right, it was just over and over again come back to your soul, come back to your perfection, come back to the how big you are, and
Yeah, that
you're
energy being that you are
right. However you define God, goddess, you're that.
right
You're
now.
that.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. You were born that way. You were brought into this world like that.
It was interesting
So,
because my experience was I still, and I'll just speak for myself, I still play the game with myself, one more thing, take one more class, learn one more modality, I'm not there yet. There's something else to and a lot of when you're on a spiritual path or you're on a path like this, I think a lot of times we think, well, not yet. I haven't expanded enough, or I haven't forgiven myself, or I haven't cleared enough, or I haven't aligned, my practice isn't beautiful enough, or I don't know what that not enough thing is that keeps us seeking instead of, and on Saturday, I felt, Lori, again, I kept feeling, stop seeking. Seeking in the way I do it is to elevate myself or affix myself or get myself so I can be in that place that she said is already there, that every spiritual master keeps saying. And I'm like, when are you going to get it, Laura? When are you going to allow yourself to be it now? Not someday, now. Because I will someday myself into another life and another life and another life. And I don't want to do that.
well, I think that's part of it too, is just having that intention, having that resolve that enough. I'm going with now. I'm
Yeah,
going with now. I mean, I will say, I think everybody in that place, in that room with her, was there.
right,
Yeah, they were in their soul. And it was a beautiful thing to behold. Beautiful.
right. And then
Well, and being
they go ahead.
at the Theosophical Society too, because the Theosophical Society is a very special high energy place that is very sacred.
Right.
Just being in that room, I teach yoga in that room that we were in, and I've had people after class come up to me and just say, "Wow, this room is so special. Just being here is so." Yeah, it was. I don't think there was a single person in that room who questioned what she said.
No, no. Well, and she speaks with so much authority. But I
She
think
does.
this is kind of my point. And so the next day you go home and you're like, well, no, I'm not it. I'm not in that room. I'm not with a teacher. I'm not, I think walking in our hearts, as divine masters is is what's always there. And it's our minds that keep taking us out of it. No, I'm not in that special place. No, I'm not in that special room. And I really want to get myself over that. I really, I know I'm saying it like I'm not there right now, but I felt it really strongly in that. Oh man. And she talked a lot about service, which threw me into, be of
Right.
service to people. And that threw me into a whole thing. Am I being enough service? It's so fascinating how your mind can grab you and pull you away from that magic moment of soul, heart, pure connection without all that dust called life.
Right. Well, I have to say that I woke up and still was in that space.
Good.
I
Yeah.
feel,
Awesome. Right.
yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
still feel, yeah. I haven't left that space yet. And for me, when she talks about service, how I personally define that for myself is, where do I naturally end up? Like a lot of my, and I think I've said before, a lot of my yoga career, if you will, I never set out intending to do this, but those were the doors that opened and led me into this space. So I think for me, when someone talks about service, I don't think of it as, oh, I need to change direction and do something different. I think of it, where do those doors just easily flow and open for me? And then that is my service.
That's a beautiful way to put it because, I was talking to Mark and, we run a business. And one of the women that got up at Caroline Myss was like, I run a business and I think I should stop doing that and do something. You're a yoga teacher, and I think everybody thinks that's the ultimate service, right? Being
Yeah,
teaching yoga. And my ultimate service is, and what I'm trying to teach myself is that creating a beautiful environment where people can come and have a livelihood and have fun and freedom, and they have an experience of themselves as creative in that environment. That's the doors that seem to keep opening for me. So
right.
thank you for that because, I keep thinking, should I do more podcasting and all that stuff? But those aren't the doors that excite me. Right now, kind of it's funny because what excites me about service is a cupcake truck or something, playful. I don't know why. So I guess I think in the now, and of course, like you said, those inspirations and the doors that open easily for you, learn to redefine service as,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Your service is what you're doing, where your gifts are, where you flow. And your business with your husband Mark has been that for you. I mean, all of us, and I will admit sometimes too, I think maybe I should just get a real job and get out of yoga. Get a
and I
real
think
job.
maybe I should give up my real job and go be a yoga teacher.
I know. I know. So, right. It always, yeah, on the other side. But I think, right, when we follow the doors, when we stay with the doors that open for us, I think that is our service. Our definition of service needs to open up from you're just, I don't know, serving meals to homeless people, to whatever it is that you do, because you're bringing, like you said, even in your environment at work, you're bringing joy to people. You're showing them how to work collectively,
Yeah,
not,
collaboratively, right.
not individually beat each other up to get ahead of the other one,
Right. There's
stuff
no
like
getting ahead
that.
by us. We're flat.
But
But yeah, right.
that's a beautiful business model. Years ago, when I was in the corporate world, I worked for a corporation that you either kept getting promoted or it was up or out. You either kept
Right.
getting promoted or you were out. And so a lot of the thought was, well, in order for me to keep going up, somebody's got to go.
Right.
And that
Very
creates,
scarcity. Yeah.
yeah, and
Competition and all that stuff.
so
Yeah.
that's the mental and the mentality and the environment that you're in.
Right. So thank you for that. I do, I think that flow in your heart, flow is service, whatever it is. And I think like she was saying, it's in the moment, whoever's sitting next to you, there is no accidents. There is life. We've been talking a lot about the intelligence of the intelligence that is the divine. It makes no mistakes, even though we would like to think so. And if we follow our heart, we are really just flowed into beautiful places. You were sitting next to the perfect person. That's you, even orchestrated down to that. Everybody was sitting next to the perfect person. Um, and I think it's a beautiful message. And when I feel that in my heart, when I feel that there's this unlimited divine orchestration of connection, intelligence that is working with me and through me and as me, and I get to play in that orchestra. It's a beautiful thing. You feel like you matter and you're a part of something, and nothing is insignificant. A smile, a gesture, whatever it is that in the moment that you're inspired to. Like yesterday, I was like, boy, is that woman dressed beautifully. And then she was in a tracksuit, but it was a cool tracksuit. I'm like, wow, ooh, so you tell her, wow, you do look beautiful today, or whatever. I don't know, but it's that flow experience is a service.
Yes. I mean, I've always considered or defined myself as an introvert, but I find myself lately like just walking up and talking to people and jumping into conversations that I
Yeah.
haven't been invited and right. Yeah. And so it's uh, like I'm not that. That's a small defined image of myself, but right.
And
When
I
you go
trust
into
you. I trust you, and I want to say I trust me, that if you're inspired to step into those conversations, I trust that.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I if when step into your soul, step into your heart, go from there.
Yes.
It is it is unlimited.
Mm. Maybe we'll call this step into your heart, but it's the time is now. I
Yes,
think putting
now.
off thinking that someday, and of course, she talked a lot about forgiveness, and she talked a lot about, the things that happen in our lives that we don't clear, we don't forgive ourselves, and your emotions become your anatomy. They have something, but so give yourself permission to cry or release or get angry. I was reading about these two Italians got in a giant fight, and then 5 minutes later they're hugging each other. They know how to emote and free where we stuff. So
Right.
part
We
of
do.
being
Yeah, it's a
clean,
cultural thing.
yeah, keeping a clean energy cleanse. We've talked about this too, but clearing your energy. And she said 90, if you feel psychic anxiety, check in because it's probably the collective and let it go.
Right. Right.
Because you don't want to be hulking that around, because you want to be in your heart and you want to be available for the flow of the energy through you as you.
Yeah, she's definitely a powerful speaker. She is very much no question. This is
Right.
it.
Right.
I'm telling the truth.
Smack.
Boom.
I'm like, man, I feel like I've been shaken and stirred. I was a martini, but a good tasty
Definitely.
one. Yeah,
Yes.
powerful and potent for sure.
Yes.
But I do think for us both, the big takeaway, and she, talked for 3 hours and there was a lot there, but that whole, you already, that it's already here, it's already now. Live in your
Right.
heart and allow yourself and remind yourself. Don't get caught in your head where it wants to do all its mental gyrations. just go back into your heart and say, thank you for sharing, but I'm going to stay with my soul self, my heartfelt, in the present moment now self.
Right. And one of the ways to do that for Carolyn is when you're with another person, notice how intuitive you are about them just naturally. Like one of the examples she used is, do you notice how when somebody tells a lie, like you know they're telling a lie. You know they're not telling the whole truth and you don't know why or what it's about or anything like that, but you just have you just know. It's like your soul just knows this isn't truth. So open yourself to that experience. Trust that intuition that you have trusted
Yeah,
and
yes.
yeah, and turn it open to it.
Right, because there is no gifts that somebody else has that you don't have. I think we choose to cultivate different ones for whatever reason, because there's such a plethora of possibility. And like you said, doors open, which show us this is closer to who aligned to me right now at this point.
Right. Well, we all are unique. We all come here with a different dharma, a different dharma for our own soul to clear. So we aren't all the same. And appreciating our own uniqueness. One of the things she said that really spoke to me too was a lot of people were asking, what about in these current times? Should I be at home praying? Should I be out protesting? Like, should I be quiet or should I be loud? And her guidance was trust your intuition and do what it tells you to do. For some people, it will be home and pray. For some people, it will be get out there with your signs and be
Right.
vocal. Listen to your own inner direction and trust it and do it. And the more, of course, the more you listen to it and act on it, the louder that voice becomes.
Right. Yeah, that clarity, you can feel the clarity come through. It's, you don't waffle as much when you start to trust it and move with it. That is very true.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think we covered it, and I hope people are feeling the power that you all have. Take a moment, breathe in, and say now, not tomorrow, not one more thing, but now. And allow yourself to step into your heart and enjoy what you enjoy and how you enjoy it, because that's your message to yourself about flow.
And I'd like to end with a poem from John O'Donohue from the Book of Celtic Wisdom. May your body be blessed. May you realize that your body is a faithful and beautiful friend of your soul. And may you be peaceful and joyful and recognize that your senses are sacred thresholds. May you realize that holiness is mindful, gazing, feeling, hearing, and touching. May your senses gather you and bring you home. May your senses always enable you to celebrate the universe and the mystery and possibilities in your presence here. May the Eros of the earth bless you.
Beautiful. Wow, nice. Thank you. Have a great week, everyone. We love you and send you lots of light. Namaste.
Thank you.